Okay, so here we go. We're given this function. We have to graph it. Right, straight away, there's your y-intercept. Right, 0, -4 is your y-intercept when x equals 0. I'll put a dot on the graph down here. Okay, -4. Right, now the zeros. Now, this is going to involve synthetic division, okay? And this is what I want to see on the test. Now, it's got a 4 at the end, so 1, 2, or 4 is going to work, or -1, -2, -4 is going to work, okay? So I'm going to try the 1 first. Okay, synthetic division, 1. Right, 1, -5, 8, -4. Those are the coefficients of the question. Okay, don't change that first number. Here's how it works. Remember this? 1 times 1 is 1. Add those two together, you get -4. 1 times -4 is -4. Add those two together, you get 4. 1 times 4 is 4, and there we go, okay? So what we've got here is x squared minus 4x plus 4. So that will factor into x minus 2, x minus 2. So the zeros, remember, 1 worked, 1 and 2. Now you could write twice there because, of course, if you remember, that means the graph is going to touch and turn at +2. It's not going to cross. It's going to cross at the 1 and touch and turn at the 2. Okay, now then. So I guess I just draw that now. We have a 1 and we have a 2. It's a positive x cubed, so they look like that. Okay, you've got to kind of squeeze that in here, though. So it's going to touch and turn at the 2, so I've got to do something like this. Okay, there we go. Touch and turn, come back up, cross, and go through the y-intercept at -4. So it's going to look something like that, okay? Now, what I now have to actually do here in these parts is look at where f of x is positive. In other words, where is it above the x-axis? Now, you can actually do one of two ways. You can do this algebraically by putting those zeros onto a number line and testing what's positive and what's negative. Or you can just look at the graph. So where it's positive, where does it sit above the x-axis? Well, it looks like between 1 and 2, and then also 2 to infinity. Okay? So where it's above the positive, it is between 1 and 2, and also 2 to infinity. Now, you would have got that by doing it. So algebraically, it looks like it just sits below the x-axis between -infinity and that +1. Okay, again, this part down here. So, but you can do that algebraically by going, okay, so x cubed minus 5x squared plus 8x minus 4, where is it greater than 0, okay? Now remember, we've already factored it, so we can actually just look at these numbers here. So if I try, let's say, 0, okay? If I test 0 in here, if I put 0 into here, this equation, I'll get -4. Is -4 bigger than 0? No, it isn't, all right? It's less than 0, okay? So again, this area here, from here to here, is going to be the less than 0 part, okay? Doesn't work for greater than 0. Right, let's try a 1.5. Not great, but if I try a 1.5, it is going to give me something that's bigger than 0, okay? If I plug it back into here. So that's why I know that this area is good, okay? Now, if I try a 3, if I put a 3 in there, well, I can already see that 3 will give me something bigger than 0. So this area is good, okay? So, because we're looking where it's positive, there is a break because, of course, that there is actually at 0. So it's not positive, it is just 0. So that's why we've got the break in between at the 2. Okay, so from 1 to 2, and then at 2 it's no good because that's 0, and then 2 to infinity. That's doing algebraically. I prefer to just look at the graph and see it from there. And that's pretty much everything there, I think. Let's take a look at another question. Right, construct. Right, given these as zeros, remember that also -3i is also a 0. It should have 4 because it's a 4th degree. So x plus 2 is a factor if -2 is a 0. X minus 1 is a 0. X minus 3i and x plus 3i. Those are your 4 factors based on these 4 zeros. I'm going to do this first. FOIL it. X squared. Now remember, with these, because they're conjugates, remember we always do conjugates, outer and inner. All right? They'll cancel. All I'm doing is doing the last, which is negative 9i squared, which will give me positive 9. That's what I have. Okay? Now, if I FOIL these two, I will get x squared plus x minus 2. So if I'm going to construct a fourth degree polynomial, I just have to multiply these together. X squared plus 9 times x squared plus x minus 2. Right. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 2, negative 2x squared. Right. 9 times x squared is 9x squared. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. So that will give me x to the fourth plus x cubed. What's this here? That's 7x squared, isn't it? Plus 7x squared, just plus 9x minus 18. I think that's it. But that's the process. I might have made a mistake there, but it kind of looks okay to me. Yeah, right, that's it. So again, here's the main thing up here. You've got to do that. That's what it is. Okay? Once you've got those, you have to multiply it all out to get the fourth degree polynomial.